Hey, this is Mia, and today we're about to do something seriously cool. In today's video, I'll show you how to take a simple character idea and transform it into a moving custom 3D character that can move, dance, and come to life at your command. Just so you know, I'm not a 3D artist, at all. But with the help of AI, even complete beginners can now create incredible looking results. I'm going to walk you through a groundbreaking AI 3D workflow that covers everything from generating an image to turning your character image into 3D model to refining character details and to making it move. So by the end of this, you'll have the skills to create your own custom 3D characters using AI technology. If you're ready to witness the magic of this new AI 3D creation workflow, let's get started. First, we need to create our character image and then convert it into a 3D model. For this, I'll be using 3D AI Studio, today's sponsor. Now you can quickly and easily create high-quality 3D models from simple images. They have incredibly cool 3D AI tools like text to 3D, image to 3D, AI texturing, and remeshing, making it super easy to turn a simple concept into a polished 3D asset. They also offer a wide range of other AI-driven features. It's essentially a one-stop creative AI toolkit. To start, we'll use their Image Studio to create a character design. If you already have a character reference, you can use Sketch, which is their image-to-image feature, to create a similar one. Today, we'll be using their text-to-image tool, Generate, to create a character from scratch. We want to describe our character's physical attributes and key details in the prompt, like hair, clothing, facial features, and so on. If you're stuck, you can use the prompt crafter to help expand and refine your ideas. We can use enhance prompt if we want the AI to enhance our ideas, and you can further choose a reference image, style, reference focus for the AI to extract the right thing from your image, and the length of the prompt. We can also use the image to prompt, so we can upload an image for the AI to describe and craft the prompt. Let me upload this one. And in the additional instruction, we want to make sure that T-pose, arms spread apart are included. This is important because we need to prepare the image for later turning into a 3D model. You'll see the reason in later steps. Then we can enhance the prompt with just one credit. The prompt looks good, and it did include our T-pose instruction, which is nice. Let's click Use to send it to the prompt box. You'll see that it's loaded here. For negative prompts, we'll input what we don't want to see. For output resolution, I think 1:1 is good here. In the advanced settings, we can adjust the influence steps. The higher it is, the more detailed the image may be, but to a certain degree. The guidance scale controls how much the image generation process follows the text prompt. So the more you want it to follow the text prompt, you can put it higher, but at the same time, it will be less creative. If you have a previous generation we want to create similar results from, we can input the C number here, but we're good this time. Let's adjust the model to Flux Pro 1.1. Then we click Generate Image. The generated image will appear here. We can click Customize to further fine-tune the character. This is essentially their ink painting feature, so we can make regional changes in our image. Let's select the brush size and brush over the area we want to change. Here we will describe what we want to change the area to. For me, I'll type in a purple bow tie. The generated image will appear, and we can continue to edit until we get our desired results. After confirming, you'll return to the Image Studio. Don't worry if the main view still shows the old version. Just head to your dashboard to find all the previous generations. On the right, we can filter different criteria to find our design when there are just too many to scroll through. I think these are super helpful when you've generated a lot of images and need to find certain ones among the sea of your images. For any file here, you can click the heart icon to favorite it, or the info icon to see the prompt we used to generate the image. If you hover over Process, you can do further action to the file. We can also click the eye icon to view bigger picture and download with different formats. Now let's transform our 2D image into a 3D model in Image to 3D. First, we need to pick an AI model. If you're not sure which option to use, just click the info icon to compare them. Each model type has different speeds and quality. I'll go with the best quality model for this demonstration. A quick note, if you select the Prism multi-view, you can upload front, back, left, and right views of your subject. And you may be wondering, why would I do that? This is great if you want to recreate a real-world object by photographing it from multiple different angles. Back to our process, let's upload a character image. We can upload the character image we just created, but this time I'm using this image that I really like. In the advanced options, most settings can remain at their defaults, but I'll switch to a more detailed texture quality. Now let's click Generate 3D Model. In just a moment, we have a high quality 3D model. You can rotate it by holding the mouse button and dragging, or zoom in and out with your scrolling wheel. She looks pretty great from every angle, even the side profile is good. Some 3D AI tools struggle with the back of the model, but here the AI has done a solid job imagining her look all around. The folds of her skirt in the back and the hair are nicely defined. Not to be creepy, but I am really amazed how it perfectly generated even the legs underneath the skirt. There are a few areas where the color appears off, but we can easily repaint those in the next steps. It's just so amazing what you can do with just a click. At this point, you can easily share the model using a link that anyone can view on their own browser. You can also use the remesh feature to refine its surface quality, or download the model as a GLB file. Let's fix some of her texture and refine the details. Go to Dashboard, and here we will see our generation. If we click the eye icon, we can view the 3D model. But here we want to hover over Process and click AI Paint to open the Texture AI tool for further refinement. Texture AI lets you repaint the look and texture of your AI model. Think of it as adding temporary tattoos to your figurine based on your instructions. You have precise control over where to place these patterns, and you can regenerate them until you're satisfied. You'll understand better as you follow along. On the left, you'll see the 3D viewer, which displays the 3D model you're painting and working on. You can click and drag to pan and change your viewpoint, and while holding down Control or Command on Mac while dragging, so you can rotate the 3D model. On the right, there's the Paint Preview, which generates AI images based on the viewpoint you set in the 3D viewer. Let's go to the prompt panel on the right. There's already a default prompt, but we can add, for example, say, a cartoon girl with a purple dress and a crystal pendant. The rest looks nice for a prompt. If there are elements you don't want, add them to the negative prompt. The creativity slider goes from 0 to 1, and it controls how imaginative the results are. And the resemblance slider goes from 0.1 to 3. It controls how closely the generated image matches your original 3D model. There are also some advanced settings you can expand and configure. I like to increase my inference steps for more refined results, and we'll keep the rest at default. On the top, when we click Model, we can select the AI model to generate the image. Let's use the Flux Texture model. Click Generate Texture. The AI will then use the left model as a structural reference and create an AI image on the right. You can continue to generate until you find something you like, and we can also change to a closer look for a more detailed result. Adjust the brush on the right panel and brush over the area we want to apply in the 3D viewer. Like, I want to add a smile on her face, so I'll add it in the prompt. This looks nice. We can then use the brush to paint it over the 3D model on the left. Let's make her smile and change her eyes and nose. Add a little bit of the details on her clothes and boot. We can turn it on the side to fix the little details that's a bit off, because sometimes you can paint a color by accident like in here. We just have to rotate to the right angle and generate again, and paint over the details. We can fix some part underneath And the hair and the hand colors. Essentially, when you use the brush, you're deciding exactly where the new texture should appear on the 3D model. And you'll see these changes happen in real time. In an advanced setting, if you want even more control, you can enable paint mode and pick the exact color you want to generate. Just uncheck pin source texture and use original texture. Let's say I want the hair to have some red here, and we can generate the image with her red hair on the right. Adjust the prompt to reflect what we want to change. Click generate. Then we can click back to the previous setting, uncheck paint mode, and recheck the other two. Then we can go back to the 3D model view and paint over the area we want the new generation to appear. Let me undo it. I think this looks nicer. Let's export and it will download a GLB file. We can then check the file in the 3D viewer under Tool. Next, let me show you how you can make our character dance. We'll use Mixamo to animate our 3D character. Mixamo is Adobe's free web-based tool for adding animations. We'll be using it to make our character move. If we try to upload our character we just downloaded here, we'll get an error because it doesn't accept GLB file, and only FBX, OBJ, or zip. No worries. We can go back to 3D AI Studio and click the file format to download the FBX file from the initial 3D model we created. Then the FBX file would be generated, and then we can download it here. Back to Maximo, let's upload our FBX character file. You'll notice that the texture and colors may be not showing, but that's okay, we'll reapply the texture later. Let's turn the y-axis so that she can face us. Next is the auto rigging. Rigging is like putting invisible bones inside a 3D model so we can make the model move with the right structure. We will have to place the markers to the key joints like in the image. It is default to have symmetry placing, so let's just roughly place the markers on the right place. Chin, wrists, elbows, knees, and groin. Then we can just unclick, use symmetry to properly place the markers on the places that are more accurate. We can also adjust the skeleton level of details, which basically is the intricacy levels of the skeletons. We have 5 fingers to 3 or 2, even a bun hand with no fingers. I'll choose the standard. Click next and let Mixamo work its magic. After a brief wait, our character will have a skeleton and be ready to move. I think the rigging looks a bit off on this 3D model, especially on the head area. The hair area is a little bit weird. Sometimes certain models just don't rig perfectly, and we may have to redo the model to make it work. I'm not professional here, so not really sure what happened. So I went back and generated another model with less details, and it works better this time. If you know why the rigging is not successful, feel free to let me know. Let's carry on with the process and upload this one. Now here's the fun part. Mixamo has a huge library. We can just click the motion to apply it to our character. Here's a search bar to narrow down the different genre. We can move the viewpoint in the character panel. While each motion has its unique parameters you can adjust and customize, we can just put her in place and drag at a fixed point. The mirror lets you repeat the left and the right, I think. We can adjust the arm space here for a different style of run. More overdrive seems to have it run faster, and we can also drag our feet a little bit more. She has a back pain. This is a very elaborating zombie attack. Okay, I got carried away. Let's just download a few of the ones for the next steps. Next, we'll open Blender to reapply texture and color. Blender is a free open source 3D design software. It's a powerful 3D software capable of doing everything from modeling to animation. But for now, we're going to keep things simple and use it just to extract our model's texture and colors. And there's no cost to get started, So I'll drop the download link below for you to try it out. Once the new project is open, delete the default cube, and then dragging our GLB model with textures. This should be the one that we have fine-tuned in the Texture AI tool. We can zoom in for a closer look by pressing Ctrl and the scroll button. If the texture isn't showing, we can just click the material preview icon at the top. Now let's just switch to the shading tab. You'll see a panel full of nodes below. Find the base color node, select it, and look to the left. You'll notice a funky looking image full of shapes. This is our texture map, which is basically a flat image file that defines the surface colors, patterns, and details of your 3D model. We'll apply this texture map to our animated character later. Click the three-line menu, choose Save As, and save the texture to your computer. I know it's a bit roundabout, but I had to use Blender to extract the texture map. Blender is super powerful for 3D animation, so we can probably complete the process right here. But if you're just doing something simple like me, you might find the next tool we use even easier. That's it on Blender. Spline is a free 3D design software that lets us create 3D objects and designs directly in a web browser. And you don't have to download anything. You can easily share your design in 3D and even embed them into your website through Spline. Let's log into their dashboard. If you want to learn more, there's a tutorial section available. They also have a vast library of 3D model examples for you to explore and play with. Let's open the new file and delete the default gray rectangle. Drag and drop the animated FBX file from Mixamo into Spline. We can zoom in and out using Ctrl and scroll, and hold Option and mouse click to rotate the viewpoint. You can also use the color arrows on the object to move things only on that certain axis. And you'll see the position in terms of X, Y, and Z axis on the right. If we click the animation, we can activate the animation. Okay, we don't want it to be without texture. Let's add back the texture map we just got. Click the model, and on the right, under material, let's change color to image. Then we click the small thumbnail next to image, and here we can upload the texture map we just got. We can also just generate texture with AI here to skip the Blender step, but you'll need a paid plan. Now play animation again, and we can see it dance with colors. We'll drag in a few more here. Click the scene, and then we can choose the background color. Maybe this purple. Let's add some text to the scene. Click the text tool and type. And let me move it to the back. Adjust the font size. Let's change the font. I want to add a little bit of 3D extrusion to increase its thickness. We can also add an extra directional light. If we're happy with it, we can export to share the creation. There are so many ways to share here. With the public URL, you can share this link with anyone. When they open it, they'll be able to view your design in the 3D environment on their browser. You can also export it as an embed code or iframe to include it on your website. I think this is pretty good as an experiment. Let's play and see the result. It's just amazing how the AI tools nowadays can give us this kind of result without all the expertise. And that's how you bring your custom 3D characters into action. I hope you found today's tutorial helpful. Use the link below to create your own custom 3D character on 3D AI Studio. Don't forget to apply my discount code MIA at checkout for 30% off. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.